Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Truth Report for this week. Well, I'm not sure about what I'm going to share with you today is a result of the kind of an after effect of the United States moving its embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem or not. I don't know whether that's the case, but something new and significant is happening. For the first time ever, a Jewish Christian party, political party, is going to run for the Israeli Knesset, a Jewish Christian. And it's going to be led by Avi Lipton. I've known Avi for several years. He's spoken in my church. He's spoken at events that I've been a part of. And he's well known in the Christian community, especially the Zionist Christian community. Avi Lipkin, a well-known lecturer who has spoken in over 1,000 churches, announced that he's forming the first joint Jewish-Christian political party and intends to lead it to the next in the next Knesset elections. A closer look at his motives reveals that this may be a wave of the future. Hopefully it is. The acceptance of Lipton's Gush Hatanaki, the biblical block party. At its application announced on Wednesday, the party's founding document reads, "The biblical bloc protects everyone who believes in the Bible, opposes the ethnic cleansing of Jews and Christians from the land of Israel." The biblical bloc represents parties all over the world who espouse Judeo-Christian democratic Western culture principles. The party will also work to strengthen Israel by formulating a program to improve public relations around the world by recruiting Jewish and Christian speakers, training them to improve Israel's image in the world and to protect Western democracy. The essence of his party is much more simple. He says, for example, quote, "Christianity has its share of hatred for Jews, but we have our share of hatred for Christians. We have to stop hating Christians," Avi Lipkin says. "We have to become like Ruth and Naomi. In my lecture tours, I've seen that many Christians are ready for this." He's spoken throughout the United States, and he sees what Christian attitudes are toward Israel. In a candid interview, Lipkin explained how this vision of a renewed relationship between Jews and Christians makes sense in Israeli politics. He sees the Christian demographic rapidly becoming a major factor, which shockingly currently has no representation in the Knesset, Israeli parliament. For hundreds of years, the only Christians in Israel were Arab, Lipkin explained. This changed 20 years ago when 1 million people made Aliyah to Israel, mostly from the former Soviet Union, and fully 1/3 were not Jewish. That is, they were Jews who had married Russian Christians and then immigrated, made Aliyah. 8% of the population in Israel today is Christian, 8%. But they have no representation in the Knesset. Until recently, the Arab Christians who used to be anti-Semitic aligned with the Muslims. In the face of growing Islamic extremism, these Arab Christians are slowly realizing the need to change, and slowly they're turning to Israel and the Jews. So this is unique, a Jewish Christian political party in Israel's Knesset. And I'm reminded of what God says with regard to the powers that be, the authorities that are established. He tells us in Romans chapter 13, "Everyone must submit himself to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities exist, have been established by God, without question, without exception. And so we're encouraged, the basis of that, in 1 Timothy 2, verse 1, I urge, sense of urgency. I urge then, first of all, sense of priority. I urge, first of all, that requests, prayers, intercessions, thanksgiving be made for everyone, for kings and all those in authority. So the mandate to the Christian for our own government certainly is to pray, to intercede on their behalf, President Trump and his administration and those who are make up the Congress. But it's likewise true of our attitude and our prayers toward Israel's Knesset. They need our prayers. They need our prayers. And we are encouraged, we're urged, first of all, the apostle says, to pray for them, to intercede for them. Why? Because that is the truth.